Hello, my esteemed friends. How are you doing today? Stephen here on a sweltering hot Wednesday, the 13th of August. 4:15 as I'm doing this. Insanely hot in here, so if you can hear a fan in the background, I don't care because it's too hot to not have it on. I'm literally in a greenhouse, basically. I'm not literally in a greenhouse, but I've got skylights. So hot in here. Anyway, the news is hot today. Absolutely loads going on. There was a lot of stuff kicking around this morning about loads of things. I was actually out with my son for a walk, and the time it all kicked off, it contradicted itself. I'll talk about that news from this morning at some point in this video. For now, though, I want to talk about Savinho, because there's a bit of news going around about potentially the fee being confirmed by his agent about what City could actually ask for, and that essentially it has been bid. They have bid, basically. It is all legitimate. I'll go over to the article, which is the quote. After I've said, please give the video a like, please support the channel. It's massively appreciated. I've got a feeling we're going to be seeing an awful lot of each other over the next few days. Obviously, we've got the season coming up as well, but we've got all this transfer news, and it's gone bloody mental. Everyone's gone mental at the moment. So if you want to help support the channel, it is massively appreciated. I hit 75,000 subscribers. 3/4 of the way where I want to be. If I ever get to 100,000, I'm fine. I'm never going to have more than the 100,000. I'm never going to get to 250,000. I'm not big enough. I'm not good enough for that kind of stuff. But I could get to 100,000 and I could get that platinum tick thing. I want it. I want the YouTube logo. So if it gets set to 100,000, please help support the channel. Get me there. 3/4 of the way there. It'd be awesome to get to 100,000. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and all the usual stuff. It'd be massively appreciated. Thank you to every single one of you watching. To Beppy, to Aaron Vin, to Jati, to Oscar Bob, to go to Michael Taylor, to Kathy, to Dennis, Jean Cartier, Hadra, and to Renee. All you watching, you're all Lesady, P. Biddy, Harris. Yeah, you're all absolute legends. And there's a super chat at the start as well, which I may as well get to before I actually go into the report. Now, it comes from AED, who says, Steve, this window feels like career mode 1. Very 2008 City, and that's exciting. I'm surprised with some negativity, to be honest. We probably meet around the middle of the and maybe around 60 million. It does feel very career mode-y, mate. I'm not going to deny that. If that's exciting for you, I get it. Some people find it confusing, and I absolutely get that too. You've obviously touched on the fee there, which I'll get onto in a second. Thank you so much for the super chat, mate. It's massively appreciated. Yeah, it feels very career mode, doesn't it? It's wild. I don't really necessarily love it. I think I definitely don't really like signing superstars. That's just a personal thing. Don't get me wrong, they're cracking players. But I'm a romantic. I like the fact that De Bruyne was not unknown, but he wasn't a superstar already. You know, he wasn't... The equivalent would have been signing... I can't think of the equivalent of signing De Bruyne at the time. It would have been signing an Isco at the time, ironically, you know, as opposed to De Bruyne, who was having a breakout season. You know, and I prefer to be signing Rodrigo, who had a breakout season, as opposed to... Who at the time would have been a good example of midfield to sign? Cruz, you know, someone like that, you know. So I enjoy that, but I get why other people like it. I am not really a FIFA guy. I don't like FIFA career mode. I was the guy who signed all the young players and developed them slowly, so it's very much what you take from football, but not seeing you wrong, mate, and I get why you enjoy it personally. So it's very much how you enjoy football. So Modric, but yeah, people like that, you know. It's you get the point I'm making anyway. You get the point I'm making. Like, superstar signings like Haaland and Vardy are different, though, because they feel like on the way up, if that makes sense, as opposed to already at the top. Like, I can't explain it. It's just a personal thing anyway. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see anyway. Like, I didn't want Kane. I wanted Haaland for the same reasons. Anyway, let's go to the actual article, which is over on Sport Witness. I'll click the article and we'll read it together. Brazilian journalist Jorge Nicola. Oh, my wife's name is Nicola, but it's not Nicola, is it? It'll be Nicola. Nicola has revealed that Savinho will only leave City if an 80 million euros, which is 67 million British sterling, price tag is met. Before recording his latest YouTube video, Wait, he did a YouTube video? Oh, the journalist did a YouTube video. I thought you were saying the agent just dropped a vlog about... I got confused. The journalist revealed that he talked directly with the player's agent, Federico Moraes, who confirmed the asking price and also disclosed that a first offer of 42 million quid, 50 million euros, had already been turned down. So there we go. I mean, it's legit. I mean, if this guy's telling the truth, it's absolutely 100% legit. So there we go. They've actually... yeah, they confirmed that a deal has been broached, you know, in terms of there is a price that they'll have to pay and that they've already bid. So this goes from speculation to absolutely 100% confirmed as a real thing. I think we all sort of knew, if that makes sense. But this is from the horse's mouth. It's not even... This is better than Fabrizio Ornstein saying it. This is literally an agent saying it. This is agent saying that Spurs are bid. The agents can't say that, by the way, directly out loud if it's not true. Because they'll burn bridges there. You know, if an agent's putting their name to a bid and the price, it has to be true. I mean, if it isn't, it's the stupidest tactics in the world. I don't think an agent's going to burn Savinho's bridges at Manchester City like that willingly. So, unless he's an idiot, probably is an idiot. I mean, he's an idiot full stop for talking about it publicly, but at that point, we know the fee. God, I can literally see the sweat on my head. I don't like this heat. It's horrible. Especially when you've got 2 young kids, by the way. It's just too much. So, yeah, this is 1 billion% an actual thing. We are clearly going to... stare down the possibility of Savinho leaving. Now, that price, 67 million quid, seems a lot closer to what I want. 42 million pounds, they can fuck off. It's like, fuck you, Daniel Levy, fuck off, go away, get out of our face. I couldn't think of a polite way to put that other than say fuck off. Just fuck off, mate. Daniel Levy is an absolute penny pincher, you're right, mate, and he's obviously went against his word with Harry Kane. Daniel Levy has been fucking Manchester City over ages in terms of how much he tries to charge people, blah, 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 blah. And he's got every right to do that, but if he thinks he can fuck off because he thinks he can come to City and go, I've only got 42 million pounds, no. Absolutely not. Go away. Absolutely. Levy's a knobhead. So 100%. It's got to be 60 odd million pounds. Absolutely agree. 67 million quid is a lot of money. So it's one of those things where you got a young Brazilian winger here who is Manchester City's leading assister last season. He's got loads of potential. He signed for 30 million. He's proven he can play for a Champions League qualifying club regularly and get assists with one of the best strikers in the world. That's an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact. We've talked about his inability in front of goal, but he's also proved he can get 20 goals and assists in La Liga, and then also get the most assists from Manchester City, Girona, an unfashionable club, at 19 years old. He's absolutely, in today's market, he's absolutely should be pushing 70 million pounds. You know, people like Alanga and people that are going for 50 odd million quid, there's no reason whatsoever that he shouldn't be getting 60 million plus for him. It's absolutely the fair price for a player of his quality with his profile and his age. He doesn't get injured. He's versatile. He works really hard. He's a Brazilian international. He's got loads of proof in Manchester City in the Premier League for a Champions League level club, which City are. And as much as City were shit last season at times, we still finished 3rd in the league. And of course, he's proven in La Liga too. And he's a young, saleable asset. So, yeah, they shouldn't be offering £42 million. What do I think Manchester City will accept? Around 60. I don't think they'll accept 55 million. I think that would be too low. Alanga scored more goals, bruv. Well, bruv, he might have done, but how old's Alanga? Well, we're at it. And who do you really think's got the highest potential? Alanga's 23 years old. How long has Alanga been playing in the Premier League? He made his debut in 2020 in the Premier League, so 5 years ago. Alanga scored 6 goals last season, full stop. So this is, you know what I mean? It's like there's. So what do you reckon? Look, come on, 6 goals. I know it's a few, but what? How many assists did Alanga get last season? Let's have a look. Not that it matters, but come on, if you obviously. How many did he get last season? I'm trying to find it. So last season, Alanga got. There we go. I'll bring it up on screen. For last season. 11. So he got 17 goal contributions in 18 in all competitions. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's good. But Alanga or Savinho. Savinho's 3 years younger. So it's one of those things where, and he's Brazilian and he's played at a higher level and done it in Girona. Like, it's obvious to me that Savinho's going to have a better career than Alanga. It's obvious. So it's one of those things where I just don't see how. Come on, 55 million, no more. What? Who are you? Is it Levy in the chat? Look, you come here. If you want our play, you pay the premium, mate. You're paying 60 million for Solanke. Come on. Nah, I'm not having that. Savinho, I know he's a prospect, but he's obviously a prospect with a massive, ridiculously high ceiling. How much did you pay for Brennan Johnson again? 55 million, was it? Something like that. Come on, just don't even get me going, man. You're wild if you think he isn't worth 60 million. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think we should be selling in full stop, but I'm not entertaining the idea that, that you could just get Savinho for 50 million quid. He's miles better than Brennan Johnson and Solanke. Miles better. Like, ultimately, I know he didn't score a lot of goals last season, but I think you have to be a real hater to not expect Savinho's goal tally to go up. He had a bad season last year in front of goal, but he obviously will get better. He might not get 15 goals a season, but I expect Savinho to be pushing 10 goals a season in all competitions, most seasons, and 15 assists minimum in most seasons. He absolutely will. He will be a 25 goal contribution player regularly at the highest level when he gets older. He might even do more than that. He might get pushed to 30 when he gets older. But he clearly is a highly creative player. And I think he was like right in the top in terms of like expected involvement in chances and all that kind of stuff in his first season. So first goal last season, Lee Johnson got 11. Yeah, well, good for him, man. But ask most top level clubs who they'd rather have, Savinho and Brennan Johnson, and I think you get your answer, mate. You'd be mad to choose Brennan Johnson over Savinho. You just would be. I don't think that's controversial. 24 years old, by the way, Brennan Johnson as well. Once again, so yeah, whatever. And if you don't think he's worth it, then you can do one, mate. As simple as that. I mean, 60 million. I reckon they'll go minimum. Look, you've got to dig in. I just don't see any scenario where you can't dig in for this. But it's obviously real. It's obviously real at this point, you know. You can see there, the journalist has confirmed it. This is obviously going to be something that City are entertaining. At that point, if he goes, Rodrigo clearly comes in for another 15, 20 million more. Why is he open to leaving? The actual Savinho future thing, see, open means would think about it. It doesn't mean I want to go. So I saw a lot of debate about this online. I think the idea is that he genuinely he wants Spurs. He's open to Spurs. He doesn't say he's desperate for Spurs, mate. I think a lot of players, if they were offered a pay rise and got to go and live in London or something like that, I don't know, and be a first choice starter, probably would go, all right then, if City are willing to let me go, I'll consider it too. And it's sort of like, well, we're not paying him 40 grand. He's on way more than that. Like, don't go on Capology. Capology is absolute bullshit. There is no way Savinho's on £40,000, by the way. He's obviously on more than that, Man City. He'll be on at least 75 grand. At least. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe for 1 second. Those wages online are absolute bullshit. They're generally nonsense. Like, City aren't paying a player, a Brazilian international, they paid £30 million, 50k. They're not. I just don't believe that for a second. No way. That's what Rico Lewis will be on 40k. Do you think Savinho's on less than that? No, he's on pushing 75. I guarantee you're not pushing 100. That's the price. Probably not 100. Probably like 75 or something like that. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe he's on £40,000. Not believing that at all. He would have been on that at Girona, you know. So no, he would have been out at Girona. He was Troyes from low, wouldn't he? So 10, 15 grand from Troyes. He's got 5-6 times pay rise easily. Anyway, yeah. So I think this is like, I take 40 grand a week, mate. Jesus, most of us take 1 grand a week, wouldn't we? 52 grand. Yeah, most of us would take that. That's way more than the average wage. I sometimes sit and think, by the way, about the money, you know, that footballers get, and I actually want to cry. Like, I was reading about, Grealish, like, Everton are going to pay 75% of Grealish's wages, which is like, what was it, 225 grand or something like that? It's like, fucking hell. Per week. Like, we worked for years, me and my wife, to get a house we paid 200 grand for, you know, £20,000 deposit. And like, Grealish could just do that in a week. He could just go, I can buy your house now, mate. And I can buy your house tomorrow, and your house after that, and your house tomorrow. And like, it's just mad, isn't it? It's just mad, the money. It makes me feel a bit sick. Is it, Jenny? Doesn't it make you feel just queasy sometimes? Like, what are we doing? Sweated for 10 years to buy a house of £200,000, and only spent 20 grand on it, and then paying a grand a month on a mortgage. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the money in football is mental. It's absolutely mental. It genuinely makes me feel a bit dizzy. So basically, to summarise, fuck them all. Fuck them all. They've all got everything they ever wanted, and I don't care about. Yeah, I don't care about anything anymore. I don't care about them all. Fuck them all. They're all rich. None of them really matter. And I hate them all. Absolutely every single one of them. People actually are paying to watch me work right now, technically, Chance. You know, so in a way, they're paying. They're not paying, no. Anyway, look, people don't pay to watch you work. That's why. Yeah, well, some people sort of do anyway. I get why, Chance. Anyway, you just go and brown nose those footballers and get excited for them. Look, I watch football too, mate, but you can't like just blow smoke up their arse and go get that. Like, yeah, I get it. It's capitalism, but you know, it's mental, isn't it? It's absolutely mental. It's mental. Pulling numbers out. Well, he's on £300,000 a week, you know. Anyway, back to the actual news. Let's go over to so Rodrigo. Do I think this will happen? I think it's very, very likely that Spurs will go in again for around 55 million. I think City will dig their heels in. I don't know what will happen. Yeah, some people do. So thank you, Johnny DeJesus. Some people actually do pay, which is very nice. So when I say pay, they're choosing to support. It's free content, and some people are absolutely awesome and seem to like me talking bullshit about Manchester City Football Club. I appreciate you guys more than anything. I try and be the guy that you want to chat to about football. That's what I try and be. So thank you to Johnny, an absolute legend, and John and other people who help support the channel. And everyone watching. I know some of you might think I'm a gobshite, but I promise you I'm a nice person. Just a normal guy. But you guys enjoy the videos. So big love to all of you. So yeah, I saw someone saying there's some breaking news about Donnarumma or something. What was it? I can't find it. What was it earlier in the chat? People mentioned that. What is it? That City are the only team in for Donnarumma. I'm trying to find. Someone mentioned in the chat. Julian Lawrence. Right, Julian Lawrence said it. Yeah, City are the only team targeting Donnarumma's signature. Let me find Julian Lawrence on here. Where is he? Julian Lawrence has said it. He's a French journalist, isn't he? Here we go. Found the man, French man in England. Man City are the 5 hours ago. If someone said it was breaking news. City are the only club in for Donnarumma. I'm amazed by he's not a pep type player, but I mean, oh, there we go. That wasn't even worth finding, so I don't know what's going on there. That was 5 hours ago. Have I missed something there? Maybe someone's just reported it as breaking. I mean, it's not very obvious at this point. Both of these things are true. There's some sort of like. There were some suggestions this morning early on. There was lots of news going on this morning. Where's it gone? About, I'll go through the morning's news because, oh Jesus, that kit burns my eyes. A lot's happened when I was out for a walk this morning. So City have not denied interest in Donnarumma, but the preference is to keep Ederson. Simon Bukowski says Bukowski is very well connected at Manchester City. He's a Manchester Evening News journalist. Says City expect to keep Ederson for the season. Trafford was signed with the ambition of taking over the business contract. City have insisted that there's no contact from any club about Ederson. That's Jack Gorn, by the way. I'm not slimmer at all, Victor. And I don't. The clapping thing, by the way, I would argue that's body positivity. I'd be fine if I wasn't slimmer. I'm just got a low cut. I don't know this. I'm bigger than I've ever been. Genuinely, like I think it's just the sweat and a short beard. I'm not put it so. I'm not working out. No chance. If I know I'm slimmer, it's because I'm forgetting to eat because I'm too tired. Thank you, Victor, I guess. Genuinely, people say that all the time. Sometimes it's just probably the top and the lighting. So there's Jack Gorn saying, City are insisting about Ederson, which is interesting. City do not want to sell Ederson this morning, according to Lyle Thomas, the senior football editor. A lot of confusing things this morning. There was some news linking us to Magnez Akliush. I could never pronounce it. And it's one of those things where they left the second part of the tweet out, did they, from Jack Gorn? Let's have a look. Oh, they did leave the second part of the... Why did they do that? He said, but Donnarumma would be a target if he did leave. Well, there we go. Fair enough. I mean that's obvious. I think all this is sort of semi-true. I don't believe the fact that there's no... I don't believe that there's no time... There's no... There's no... interest in Donnarumma and Edison from Galatasaray. I think it's obvious at this point. There's too much noise, like, you know, the old where there's smoke, there's fire, and all that kind of stuff. I can smell that the smoke, and we can see the smoke. It's very obvious that something's happening here. Like, I'd be amazed if this is bullshit. There's too many reliable people reporting too many things to ignore. It would be silly to ignore this. There is clearly. There's clearly some at work here. Like, I think City are likely to have the preference of keeping Edison. I think Guardiola would prefer to keep Edison. I think at this point but they are probably not too upset about the idea of bringing Donnarumma in. And at the same time, I don't think they're pushing for a Savinho sale. But if not, I think they'd rather get Rodrigo in. I think that it's all probably pretty true. The Rico Lewis stuff as well yesterday, I've got a feeling that's true. I do think it's true. I think Forest are talking to Rico Lewis. There's loads going on. Call a spade a spade. Walk like a duck. And if it quacks, it's a duck, yeah. But yeah, how much for Edison? Well, apparently City want 13 million. They asked for 7. It'll be 10 million on it. Belladonna. Yes, I noticed City Extra doing that a few times at the moment, which I don't understand why they're doing. I've noticed a few things City Extra tweeted recently. I love the lads behind it, but they've definitely got someone new doing the Twitter. Because a couple of times where I've read something and like, tonally it's off, or they've just got something that's wrong or misinterpreted something. There was one about Shirky when it was going close, where they'd clearly just misinterpreted something. I think someone's been... They must have someone new doing it or whatever, I don't know. But a couple of times they've been... I love the lads behind it. Freddie's top, and I know Jordan's obviously ace and stuff. But a couple of times where they've been, I don't know, not quite as accurate as previous. Pet loves Rico utility play. He does indeed, but at the same time, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see on this. We've got a fee set, 67 million. So we'll see. 67 million pounds. Will Spurs go there? They won't go there. 42 million apparently offered. There's like 25 million pounds difference there. That's an awful lot of difference. I'll go back to the actual article. Where's it gone? Yeah, 25 million difference there. I would argue that's insurmountable. Like, I don't think City will go down, because if Spurs went to 55, I think that's still far too low. I think that's too low to accept. So yeah, I mean, you can't go 12 million below your... Spurs are going to have to add 15 million. Like I don't think City would accept less than 60 million, because you can't see 67 million pounds and go, okay, 55. It doesn't sound like there's too much of a discrepancy there. And City don't like Spurs. Spurs don't like City. We'll see. Guys, I'm going to leave it there because the wife will be home soon with the little man I've not seen for a few hours, and I want to see my boys. So I'll leave it there. I'll no doubt be live again later. I will be preparing my season preview probably for tomorrow later. I haven't got time to do 4 separate videos like last season, but I will do a big season preview at some point tomorrow. It'll probably be an hour live stream when I go through the tactics, transfers, predictions and all that stuff. I'll get some graphics prepared tonight. For now though, I'll probably do a live video later when more news happens. Love you all loads. In a bit. Bye bye. Like, subscribe. Thanks for 75,000. You're all beautiful. Especially you. Bye bye.